Drop dubs, hit routes, so yeah, we on the move. From the paint to the pocket, got nothing to prove. Precision in the pass, rhythm in the run. Every play, every day, till the work is done.
Yeah. Step on the field, I'm reading the D. Eyes wide open, ain't fooling me. Pump fake side step, I'm breaking the press from baseline to sideline. I'm bringing my best, snap back, quick glance. I'm calling the play, hoop dreams and touchdowns. I'm making my way, no look behind the back. Fred in the scene, every angle, let me shout. I'm chasing a dream. Drop times, hit routes in the deep, no doubt. From the field to the hardwood, hear the crowd shout. Pass it, dish it, through traffic. We find.
What's up, everybody? Appreciate you for tuning in. We are back with Passion and Precision. We have a full show for you. We're going to talk about some NBA. It's been a little bit. We're going to do team reports and everything like that. We're going to talk about the NFL. We got to talk about coaching. Got to talk about Giannis, Acho. There's a lot. There's a lot going on from just this past week that we definitely have to get into. And obviously, with you all that tune in or in the chat, we obviously want to hear from you as well. So make sure you make your opinions known, and we'll interact with you. Before we get into it, what's going on, Saijan? Appreciate you. Always in the building. Key, how you doing?
What is going on? What is going on, y'all? It's Friday. We survived this dang on snow. It's a lot. It's a lot, but we are here. We're here.
Right, exactly. I mean, that's what matters, Look, in the South, they built it up to be something that necessarily wasn't for a lot of people, but it was a minor inconvenience. Jory, look, we had some technical issues. Okay, are you good?
Uh-oh.
Topic. I saw that. Yeah, Seahawks are for sale after the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I'm sure they'll have a lot of buyers, especially in that market where you got a lot of tech money flowing around out there. Yeah.
Uh-oh. I hear something.
Oh.
I don't know. It sounded like a sniff. I don't know if her audio's all the way back.
Yeah. So, guys, Jory's been having some technical issues, so bear with us. We're going to try to work through it as best as we can. But yeah, Saiden, I saw that. That's interesting. And look, if they win the Super Bowl, she might be able to get a little bit more money out of it. And yeah, well, look, that's still a week away. We'll dive more into Super Bowl and all that next week. But let's go ahead and kick the show off. Giannis. We already knew that Giannis was going to be a big story because though he wouldn't necessarily make a formal request before, we always knew that there was this chance that Milwaukee could just move him, because you look at the team right now, they're in 11th. They're not even a play-in team. Giannis is a guy that's expressed that he wants to be in a winning situation. He wants to be contending. So it felt like Milwaukee was in a tough spot where, as a small market team, you can't just let Giannis go, because you never know when you'll find another Giannis in the draft, or obviously probably not in free agency getting there. But you also don't want to hold him hostage to where he becomes disgruntled. So they're in a tough spot. Although now it seems like Giannis has somewhat done a trade request, but as we also seen, Giannis is trying to keep face with NBA fans. He doesn't want to come across as that guy that, turns tail and runs when it becomes difficult. So, with all that being said, do you think Giannis gets traded at the deadline? Do you think it's something that's in the offseason? Or do you think this is a lot of smoke and mirrors and maybe they bring in a couple of pieces that make Giannis happy? What do you think happens in this Giannis situation?
Milwaukee just needs to just let him go, let him go. He can't take it anymore. Let it go, let him go, let him go. Milwaukee, just let him go. I understand you got to find your right package. I understand you got to find what's best for your team. And,
Mhm.
Giannis expressed he wanted to go to said teams. He said he wouldn't mind playing with Tyrese Maxey, but we're not giving up VJ Edgecombe. I don't really want Giannis on my team. If you want to be honest, nothing against him. I mean, he would be dominant. Him, Joel, Maxey together. That would be your ultimate big three. But anyway, Milwaukee needs to find what's best and suited for them. Rudy Gobert got 99 first round picks for him. Why not for Giannis? Honestly, in my opinion, OKC has the assets to do so, but they don't want to break up their core. That would be a cheat code if they did that. They have assets and first round picks that they can offer Milwaukee. They wouldn't have to give up J Dub. You might can throw the other J Dub in, and some other pieces and all of them first round picks.
Yeah.
I don't think OKC would do that. Again, the only person that I see, the only team now, like I said, if you Milwaukee, do you cater to him and send him where he wants to go, or do you get what's best for Milwaukee? You know how Danny Ainge is. Utah got mad, picks and things.
Yeah.
Small market team. They can bring Giannis in. You got the rookie. You got Ace Bailey. You got Walter Clayton down there. I'm sure they can throw some picks. But I'm hearing Atlanta possibly could be a spot for Giannis with the young talent they have. Jalen Johnson. That little young core over there. But honestly, it could be San Antonio or New York.
I mean, I've heard like Golden State's making a push, which I'm just like, what's Golden State giving up? Butler's hurt, Draymond's old. You're obviously not going to give up Curry. You have guys like Moody, I guess Kuminga, but Kuminga's now hurt. It's just like some of these teams that people are trying to get Giannis to. I just don't see how it works. Like everybody's talking about the Knicks. If you're a Bucks fan, does Cat really excite you in a Giannis type trade? Probably not. And to your question about what does Milwaukee do, it's like
Jury's
Milwaukee has
back.
to do what's best for their team. So I wouldn't care if the Kings came up with the best package. Giannis, go have fun in Sacramento. Like that's how it's gonna have to go for Milwaukee. Milwaukee can't mess this up and get a package that then dooms them for even more time once you move off of them. So I think it's going to be a tricky situation, but I think for the first time in a while, I actually think Giannis is going to be gone, and that's kind of crazy because you feel bad for the city of Milwaukee that it had to come to this after you win a title just a couple of years ago. But all right, Jory, we're going to see if it's working. Can you hear us?
I just heard her, yo. Like,
Yes.
okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess your thoughts on Giannis and that whole situation in Milwaukee right now.
I'm over it. I'm so over it.
Mm-hmm.
What was the question?
No, just about no.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Look, the technology is just sometimes it's just not your night. We'll see if we can get her back in here. So yeah, like some of these teams, the Knicks or the Heat, it's like Tyler Hero going to excite you? No, not really. And Golden State ain't giving nothing. I mean nothing. That's what I'm like. It's if I'm Milwaukee and I really want to do this, you plead with San Antonio, you plead with Oklahoma City, or I'm trying to think it's like another team with like a lot of young pieces. No worries, our tech is recycled anyways. Yeah.
Well, Burn, we got people fighting over parking spots for this snow. But it's cold in the neighborhood. If you dig out your spot and they put a cone there, you don't touch the cone. But the street ain't public. But I'm just saying it's the code of the neighborhood. You ain't supposed to take nobody's spot. But that's what it is. But Milwaukee just needs to blow it up, in my opinion. Y'all gonna get a haul for Giannis. Whatever team was going to trade, you're going to get a lot for him. Milwaukee's going to have picks to come.
Mm-hmm.
Start building it around what you have. I actually like Ryan. Was it Ryan Rollins?
Oh, yeah, Rollins, yeah.
I actually like him. He's a pretty good player. I don't know what you do with Kuzma, but I mean, you already signed Miles Turner for a while, so let's roll with Ryan Rollins and Turner. You don't know what Bobby Porter's going to get traded. I mean, I would just start there and surround people around their skill set. So, I mean, that's how OKC did it. For years, they were terrible. Contracts used to get dumped in OKC, and then they finally got a GM that knew how to draft right and them picks.
Yep.
Look how OKC did it. Milwaukee can do the same thing. So, just Milwaukee just blow it up. Find a trade partner and get Giannis out of here. Because if not, he's gonna sit the whole season.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that Bucks fans would really hate. He gets traded somewhere, and it's like the next day, oh, Cap isn't as bad as I thought.
Playing. Oh, I'm better.
Yeah. Because we see that enough. But, I mean, look, if a deal actually happens, we'll obviously break it down. I feel like this is something that's going to be dragged out for a little bit as, teams try to one-up each other for packages, and Milwaukee has to decide if they actually want to do it or if they think they could make it better for Giannis in Milwaukee.
See, San Antonio got 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
And I've seen the package for if San Antonio was to do it. Of course, the 2 dumb picks. I think it was Vessel. Was it Vessel? I think Harper was in the deal. Hold on, I'm about to get it. I
think most of the San Antonio deals are like Vassell, Harper. I feel like Castle's the guy that they definitely want to keep, even though I feel like teams
right.
are
Let me
get
get
him.
the list who they was. Oh, it was Harper, Jeremy Sochan, because he wants to get out of San Antonio. Keldon Johnson, Harrison Barnes, and 3 first-round picks. I mean, that ain't bad. They still keeping Fox.
Yeah.
You still got Castle.
Yeah.
And you got Wemby. With Giannis? Bruh.
That seems like, San Antonio stealing at that point. Like Milwaukee, you got to sit there and cheer for Sochan.
And there's no sales, no income tax in Texas.
Mm-hmm. As a Bucks fans, you got Kuzma and Sochan. You got to sit there and watch. Like that's brutal. There's something about Sochan's game. I just don't like his game at all. Yes. Yeah, we can hear you, Jory.
Because I'm about to blow the whole gasket. And
I understand.
what was the question?
Just
the honest stuff. Do you
think
think he's going to actually get moved? And if you're Milwaukee,
I'll believe it when I see it.
And then Key asked if Milwaukee does it, do you send Giannis where he wants to go, or do you do what's best for your team and whoever has the best trade package, no matter where that team is?
She's an employee. Do what's best for the team.
I completely agree with that.
He said it himself.
Gotta eat meals. Okay.
Really said it himself. He's
Yeah.
an employee. So do what's best for the team.
I agree. Can the media stop reporting every superstar player being rumored from Miami?
I know this.
Absolutely.
I know this is fake, but I thought it was hilarious. So I'm gonna tell you. Y'all gonna know why it's funny. So, if the Heat and the Bucks was the trade, the Bucks would get Tyler Hero, Kel Ware, Jaime Vasquez, what the heck is his last name? Jacachones,
Okay.
Terry Rozier in the 2020 and the 2030 Heat first round pick, and the Heat would get Giannis and Thanasis. I just thought that was too. I know it's fake, but that was hilarious.
Yeah.
You get Giannis and his brother.
Terry finna go to prison, Rozier?
And, keep a locker open for him.
That's why it was funny. I'm like, really? Terry Rozier ain't playing basketball anymore.
Topper raised a good point. Best trade package might actually come from Brooklyn. Because Brooklyn's got picks and, yeah.
You're going to send Michael Porter Jr. You're going to send Michael Porter Jr. to Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Who actually has been playing well.
Yeah, on a losing team, though.
This is true. So here go one more trade scenario we've seen. So it's a three-way deal. The Knicks get Giannis and Drew Holiday. Portland will get Mikal Bridges and Garbashon Yarbrough. And Milwaukee gets Cat, Miles McBride. What's that? Patron Vedette. What the hell is this? 2026, 2028, 28 and 30 swap. It's a mess.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's stupid. You even gonna trade? It's gonna be you gonna trade to one team. It's gonna be San Antonio. It's gonna be New York. And Cat all butthurt because he in the trade rumors. Man, hush.
Yeah, that part is what I don't get. Athletes understand.
Trades it's happen. A business.
Trades happen every year. Why do you think you're above trade rumors or anything like that? That should tell you something that people are, trying to get you.
Because his name is
Stop being saucy, Cat, all your damn career. Maybe you won't get traded every damn where.
Because his name is Karl Anthony Towns, and he plays basketball with a flip of his wrist.
Oh, hey.
And two left feet.
Him being salty is not doing anything for the zesty allegations. Nothing. Because why are you in your feelings?
Saucy Cat.
You've been traded before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess he likes the bright lights of.
You have been.
Broadway.
I believe he's been traded before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get in front of a camera, then. This is for.
Right. I guess he still don't know where his role is in the offense. Remember he said that with Mike Brown? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen him brick enough threes that he has the same role he always had.
He's not gonna make it very long at New York.
That's why he on the block.
Yeah. Yeah, he was already affected by fans booing. It's like you're in New York. That's what they do. I'm sure. I feel like he had to hear a couple of boos at least in Minnesota. Come on. But all right. So let's move off of Giannis because, kind of like Jory said, if something does actually happen, we'll talk about it. But this is year 4 or 5 of the could Giannis get out rumors, and it's at a certain point, either do it or don't.
Giannis trying to get a endorsement. He was like, "Well, Kevin Durant got C. Levine with the lotion." He was like, "Come on, Trojan." I'm like, "Really? You would be the one that want to do Trojan?"
I mean, there's just a sense of
Yeah, he need to
unseriousness
use a
with
couple of
Giannis.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he married. I mean,
And
he spit out some kids.
Robert Sala.
Robert Sala, yeah.
Like, damn.
Sean Alexander's wife too. She got 13 of them things.
Yep.
I can't.
Give that woman a break.
Right?
Cromartie had a bunch of kids.
Oh yeah, he did.
I
But
forget-
not by the same person though.
Well, I mean, hey, I
don't
remember
think
he was
so.
struggling to name them kids too. I was like, all right, bro. Phillip Rivers too. But all right,
Phillip Rivers is a granddad.
Yeah. But I think all his kids is by one woman too.
Mm-hmm. Let's get off of Giannis. All right. So Key, let you do 76 and counting.
All right, y'all. So 76ers, they are currently 26 and 21. They are on a 2-game winning streak, and they are currently right now 6th in the East. I guess I got 3 bright spots here. Team actually isn't doing that bad. Joel Embiid, surprisingly, y'all, is actually balling. Like, I can't even say nothing bad about him right now. Look, I actually, it's been a whole year. I wore his jersey like 2 weeks ago. I was like, he made me bring it out. He made me bring it out the closet. It's not the bottom of my closet no more. From what I can say, he actually is playing really well. Even when he takes his, his breaks, his back-to-backs, he comes back in 30 plus games. I know he had a triple-double that one game. He's actually been playing okay. He's averaging about 20, 25 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
7 rebounds a game, about 4 assists a game. So I mean, Joel ain't doing bad. Look, whatever is working, we got the Sixers fans thanking the doctor, his knee doctor. I don't know. Look, he's up there catching lobs from Tyrese Maxey. We haven't seen that in a while. He's up there dunking on people. I'm like, okay, Joel, what do we? Is this? I'm scared to death when that Maxey lob. I was scared to death. I'm not even gonna hold you. I was like, oh my god, one bad move and it's over. But yeah, he's been playing really well. Tyrese Maxey, we don't gotta say nothing about Maxey. Maxey is just another monster of his own. That guy is he's so damn fast. It don't make no sense. But when they beat the Kings last night by 2 points, it wrecked my nerves because we forgot we had a basketball game in the third quarter. And that defense in the last 10 minutes down 10 really came in clutch. But Maxey is a beast of his own. 20 plus games over 30 points or more. He had 40 last night. Embiid had 37. He's been playing lights out. He's an all-star this year. A starter at that. Last year he was a reserve, but he's a starter. Maxey gonna be a future MVP in my opinion. He's going. I think he's gonna be an MVP one day in this league. Mm-hmm. And if the team continues to play, they do. I'm not saying that we're going to the championship, but it's possible. Maybe we can get out the second round. Maybe. But we just gotta keep playing consistent basketball. I know we was trying to get more home wins before we go on this 5-game LA trip. So we gotta play the West Coast teams now. I ain't gonna be up for them games. They come on late for me. So VJ Edgecombe is the rookie this year. I believe he's might be 3rd on the list. I still think Cooper Flagg may take rookie of the year, but Edgecombe's balling too. I think he leads most of the rookies in some stats. I know steals and stuff like that. But he is going to be on the Rising Stars team, and he got picked by Vince Carter. And yeah, that's the 76 and counting. So we're actually playing good basketball. PG actually is looking not looking bad. He had like 30 points the other night. And like my friend said, watch PG turn into a pumpkin, and he did. He had like 15 last night.
Yeah.
Kelly Oubre is playing really good. I don't know why we're not using Andre Drummond because we struggled on rebounds yesterday. The King outscored us on rebounds 46-24, and 15 of them was offensive.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but I like how again Joel's playing, and if he's going to play like this in the playoffs, Sixers could be a sneaky team. So we'll see how they are in the second half once the All-Star comes in the trading deadline to see if we make any moves or anything. But but I like what I'm seeing so far.
Okay. I mean, I saw past couple of games, and you do see Embiid moving around a little better. You see that he's regaining that form that obviously made Philly somewhat of a contender before. But from the outside looking in, for me, we know Philly's going to be good enough to be a playoff team. It's always that question of when they get there, I guess, matchup and if Embiid can take them past that threshold that he just hasn't been able to yet. Because you don't know how many more opportunities you're going to get with him. And that's the biggest thing that's working against Philly. But yeah, Edgecombe and Maxey, they have you set for the future. But they still kind of need Embiid to be Embiid if they're going to win significantly in the playoffs. And I guess Paul George to a lesser extent.
Right. Don't forget the other game they played the other day when like all three of them actually had like a good balance and consistency. I think Maxey had like 30 PG and both Embiid had close to like 20, 25-ish. But when PG's hot and on fire, he like I said, he give you flashes. And I'm not disputing Burn like the whole when he's healthy, he is an MVP type of player. He is. He's top 3 in my opinion when he's healthy. Mm-hmm. So it's just like he's always injured when we need him. I feel like he looks like he's in a good shape. He's getting confidence back. He's getting the fun to play again. And this is the Joel I'm used to. So I still get nervous every time he hits the floor. I can't help it. So, but like I said, that lob the other day, I was just like, oh my God. I'm scared to death, but he connected. It was a nice alley.
I think it's fair to be worried every time he goes up because you just never know. All right. So I'll do my Celtics, and then Drew, I'll give you your moment with the Lakers. Cause I know you got a lot to say about them. So for me, look, a lot of talk around Celtics. Big man. What did you say? Sorry.
Is it our audio letter?
Yeah, so a lot of talk has been about big men, and there's a report that came out that when the Clippers were going through their mess early in the season, the Celtics actually tried to get Zubac out of there, but Ballmer values Zubac, which I feel like is the right thing to do on Ballmer's end. But then, learned also that Ballmer really likes the core of Kawhi, Harden, and Zubac. So it looks like that's his core 3. He's not going to move off of any of them. I understand that. The Bulls made an offer surrounding Vucevic, and the Celtics were like, no, we're good. Thank you, Brad Stevens. Look, Vucevic he's all right, but for this Celtics team, no, I don't know. For me, it's Zubac or there's few big men that I really like for this Celtics team. Even Claxton, Brooklyn.
The crazy part is I think Andre Drummond.
Jory, I mean, look, I know you. I know you want to get rid of. I know you want to get rid of Ayton.
One is yes, y'all can take them. Take them for free. For free.
The last thing Ayton needs is Boston. he won't survive a week in
Him
Boston.
out
So
Y'all can
of
pick up
here.
Andre Drummond. I heard we on a trading block with him. He's a rebound
I actually
machine.
wouldn't hate Drummond. Like Drummond knows his job. He just rebounds. That's fine. I can handle that.
He give you some points. He might get you a 3. And
Uh,
he gets him. He gets like 20. He'll get you like 24 rebounds.
That'd be my only worry. With Missoula ball, he might get a little too comfortable shooting threes. I don't know if I
He don't.
like that.
He don't shoot them often. Like he might maybe
No,
take
yeah, no, I agree
like
with you.
3,
Yeah. He'll do
maybe
that once
two
in a
to
while
three
in
in a
the corner
game.
just to show he has it. Yeah,
And he'll make 1 or 2. Like I said, he don't do it all every time he on the floor.
right.
He's a good passer.
Hmm. Yeah, like Drummond, I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about Drummond, but Vucevic, no, I don't want anything to do with Vucevic at all.
Wait, which Wagner though, Vaughn or Mo?
It had to be Mo because there's no chance Orlando's moving Franz Wagner. And Mo was in Boston 2 years ago. I wouldn't
I didn't
hate it
even know that.
as long he was there for a little bit, but as long as they get an athletic big, I would be fine with that. Then Tatum, everybody been looking at when Tatum will return. Tatum did an interview and he was like, well, by the time he's ready to come back, it's like 50, 60 games in. Does he want to like insert himself and possibly mess up the chemistry and
Right.
everything like that? So now everybody's like, oh, so is Tatum trying to sit out the season? To be honest with you, I wouldn't hate it. I think Tatum being out has allowed certain guys to get more minutes than they would have, and we're starting to see how good they potentially could be. Whether it's Ugo Gonzalez, who's only 19, but he's getting a lot of minutes. Jordan Walsh has found a little bit of a role. Um, Even like a Shireman, Hauser has become basically a starter without Tatum, and he's playing really well. So I think no matter where this season ends, when Tatum comes back next season, you can now, you know, better fit the pieces around him and Brown. Like Brown's having a great year. He's a career 20-point per game guy. He's averaging almost 30 this year. So I think Tatum sitting on the side, he can see things and probably be better off that he comes back next year. That would be my suggestion. Now with all that, could the Celtics actually win the East? And crazy that they don't have a big man that you're necessarily scared of. They have Keita and Garza, who are cast-offs from the Kings and the Wolves, but they're making it work. They're tied for first in the Atlantic with the Knicks. They're tied for second in the East with the Knicks. It's like, why not just let it play out, see where it goes? Like maybe you go on some magical run to the finals without Tatum, and then the East would really be scared of that team when Tatum comes back. So I think it's definitely interesting how they're playing, and I've had a lot of fun watching them this year. So that's just my pivot on the parquet. Um, uh, Jory?
I have nothing nice to say about the Lakers. F LeBron, F DeAndre Ayton, get King James and his offspring off.
He got his own logo now. You ain't seen him on his shoes?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I have nothing nice to say about the Lakers. F LeBron, get him and his son off my team. Get DeAndre Ayton off my team. Poor JJ.
I feel so bad for JJ.
Mm-hmm.
They don't play any defense. DeAndre Ayton is soft as baby shit. I'm already on 10 because of this internet.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't like anything that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
They're not even worth a graphic right now. Thank God we beat the Wizards, because had we lost,
Lord.
they play no defense. Luka tries, but God damn it, he needs to try harder. Reeves doesn't play defense. Wait a minute. Something needs to happen. I don't know what it is. Maybe once we get that old ass idiot off my team talking about posting little cryptic shit with these motivational quotes and stuff like that. You're the idiot that you're talking about in your quote, Mr. LeBron. You're the idiot. Oh, pretentious, putting bugs in people's ears, and you brushing straight scalp, and you barely play defense either. This team is a mess.
You brushing scalp with that do-rag.
This team is a mess. It's a mess. Poor JJ. Fix this damn roster, Rob.
Oh, right back. I get my charger.
Like, fix it.
I will say that the rumor going around is that the Lakers are
He
working
needs
to
to
get.
fix the roster.
But the rumor is they're working to
And
get
Genie
PJ
needs to
Washington.
stay away.
They're looking to get PJ Washington and Gafford from Dallas. That's the rumor. You're not going to like who they're looking to trade either. That's the rumor.
They better leave my Rui alone.
Yeah, it was
Rui is
Rui
a part of.
and Dalton Connect.
He's one of my favorites.
Rui is part of the package. Yeah.
F no. Don't y'all got Gabe Vincent you can get rid of, who's right there to get rid of. You have Jared Vanderbilt, who don't do shit. You have Bronny, who's just a waste of a roster spot, floating. And I'm over it. I am over it.
I think a good amount of Lakers fans
I'm about a week of bad play away from tuning out. Because I just,
Yeah.
Yuck.
LeBron hasn't been a great defender since his time in Miami. I can agree with that.
They don't get my energy today.
Okay. I mean, I feel like you said enough.
Don't tell him that.
Coming in with F LeBron is enough energy. Yeah. Okay. So look, like Jory said, if the Lakers have another bad week, she might be ready to jump off ship and, well, I wouldn't say find a new team, but who knows? But look, we go from.
I've been watching the Pistons.
Pistons are fun to watch. I'm not gonna lie. They play with the physicality that I do appreciate.
Unlike soft ass DeAndre Ayton with his clown ass, got nerve to be on the little social media videos talking hella shit about Slovenian, but can't do shit on a basketball court. Give me a break.
Yes.
Can't make a wide open layup.
Yeah.
Refuses to finish properly at the basket. Mm-hmm. Like, bro.
Well, I think it's like you said, you get those teams where you just need to make a move just to make a move, just to shake it up. And I think the Lakers are that team. Now, hopefully they don't go crazy and, go get the wrong people. But, we'll see. There's going to be a lot of attention on what the Lakers try to do or end up doing.
Sergeant, I never liked Ayton. Never. I hated it when he moved here, when he got here.
Yeah. I don't know anybody who likes Ayton necessarily. I couldn't tell you one person. I think part of the problem is I don't think LeBron has as much power as he would like. I think that's where we're getting a little bit of the moody LeBron now. Because the Lakers have kind of made it known they're going forward with Luka being the focal point. No matter how long LeBron's in the picture, they are planning with Luka, and that's where now you're like Jory said, you're getting the LeBron stuff on social media. You're getting the um, him with his moment in Cleveland and all that and everything like it. Yeah, like if the Lakers are run by Pat Riley probably would have shipped him out by now.
Oh yeah.
So, like if you're Rob, you gotta be like tap into your inner Pat Riley and just move him out. Well, Rich Paul can stop talking too. He helps in no way. LeBron equals old Tiger season's end is what I see. Yeah, he knows it's at the end of the line. But look, we go from LeBron to Bill Belichick and then the drama around the Hall of Fame. As you guys know, Belichick was not a first ballot Hall of Famer. Now, he's not the first great coach to not be a first ballot Hall of Famer, by the way. Vince Lombardi wasn't the first ballot Hall of Famer, and the trophy's named after him. I think Bill Walsh wasn't the first ballot Hall of Famer, and you have like modern offenses being credited to Bill Walsh. So there are certain guys who just don't get in for whatever reason. We kind of know the reason behind Belichick because Bill Polian, who, great executive from the Colts, who, when he was on ESPN, never liked to talk highly about New England, is on the voting committee. He does an interview where he's like, I was shocked he didn't get in. Then he does like another one where he's like, I'm 100% sure I voted for him. Then it's like, I'm 95% sure. Then it's I can't remember if I voted for him or not. Then it's the people talking about the penance for Deflategate and Spygate, which Polian's like, I didn't start that. I heard other people with that. And we've had a couple of voters who came out since then who have told us that they didn't vote for him for the cheating stuff, which, whatever. It is what it is. I discussed them before. Spygate was nothing more than the wrong place of the field that they did it. You can do that. They just did it in the wrong position. And the league told them before. They still did it. Whatever. Deflategate, nobody can still tell me what Deflategate was about. Because the Colts had underinflated balls, but nobody cared. Remember the league said they're going to start monitoring that stuff? We never heard a piece out of them after that.
It fell off the face of the earth.
So to sit here and now hold this grudge against Belichick because of that is ridiculous. Because now you got to look at the people that they have put in and be like, oh, so are they just squeaky clean? No, there's some people in the Hall of Fame that have some sketchy past. So let's be real about that. But all that being said, for you, does this vote, like a lot of people have said, discredit the Hall of Fame completely for you?
Okay, so say what you want about Belichick. We all know about Spygate, the Deflategate, but he's a winner. What, 7 rings as a coach? No, was it 6 with the Patriots? Did he get something?
Yeah, and then he has 1, I guess, with the Giants, technically.
Yeah, so what do you mean he's not a first-round Hall of Famer? The record speaks for itself. Again, regarding, we put Deflategate and Spygate to the side. Mm-hmm. If we put that there, you can't knock what this man has done in the NFL. And the teams he's had, the Rabels, the Bradys, the Edelmans, the Walkers, the defense, the Teddy Bruschies, the Junior Seau's. He had a team. Mm-hmm. We can throw Gerard Mayo in there because he was on defense too. Mayo was a hell of a player. He just wasn't a good coach. So Kraft as as owner that brought him in. Come on, he's a Hall of Famer. I just think it was just bad. It was him being 10 votes short. Y'all gonna discredit this man being in the hall because of that. I mean, he should have been first ballot. It should have been no ands, ifs, or buts. He go in first ballot.
Mhm.
Not saying the Hall of Fame throws anybody in there, but when they do give out names, you like, really? It's somebody he got in how? So
Yeah.
he's going to get in. It's just sad that it's not first ballot though.
Right. Like, yeah, I don't think they're bold enough to just keep him out completely. And, you had some people trying to be like, oh, it's Pete Rose all over again. It's like, no, it's not that deep. But um, I don't know. If the voters feel like they did something in keeping him out for 1 year, fine, cool.
That's right.
Doesn't
But
help that like the Hall of Fame itself put out this statement about it and talking about people cheating the process and all that, and it's just like, so now y'all just making this into a whole spectacle because you wanted to prove some point against a guy that you clearly just don't like. Which I understand. Belichick wasn't friendly with the media. He wasn't, friendly with like other coaches and stuff. He wasn't a Rex Ryan. People would have loved for Bill Belichick to be a Rex Ryan, give you sound bites here and there. He didn't do that. And ultimately, I guess he burned a lot of bridges with people, and they had no problem doing this to him. But like you said, he's going to get in. It's not going to be that big of a deal. But it's just, I don't know. I don't understand why, and I don't understand Bill Polian just making the committee look even dumber with some of the stuff that he's been saying. Pete Rosebond, Roethlisberger, Kraft got their dirt. Yes, Bill deserves it. And a lot of people pointed out, like, T.O. didn't get in on his first ballot, and that's clearly because of his personality and everything. Also, rumor going around the States he was carried by Tom Brady because, I mean, yeah. But as I said as I've said since, the whole Brady Belichick thing was just nonsense from ESPN and media just to figure out how to diminish one, if not both. Peyton Manning's a Hall of Famer.
mm-hmm.
Peyton Manning beat a Rex Grossman Bears team in the Super Bowl. Wasn't a great team. That team was basically Devin Hester in a defense. And remember, that was a Super Bowl where it rained and they like didn't cover the field or something like that.
Right.
But he gets in. Then he wins another one with the Broncos where he could barely throw it like 20 yards, and that defense carried him. But nobody questioned.
Kind of same way that this Denver defense is now.
Mm-hmm.
Defense.
Yeah. It was like nobody questioned Manning when he was up to go in or not. And my whole thing is, are they going to do this with Brady? They're going to try to prove a point with Brady. I guess not, because they voted Kraft in, who was still running the team when a lot of this happened. They don't punish him, but they punish Belichick. I just don't get it.
Also, they're talking about I guess the Hall of Fame, if you violated some bylaws or something, taking away votes.
Yeah. That was like a word salad that I think most people who read it probably read 2 sentences. It was just like, okay, I guess. This seems like it's a fight between y'all. Keep it between y'all and fix it. Let's keep it going here. All right, so the coaching cycle. Latest one, Monken coaching the Browns. He took the job. Actually, before we came on, Davis Webb pulled out of the Raiders job. He was supposed to interview. He was like, I'm good. So that's the whole thing with this cycle. Coaches are just pulling out of jobs that they just don't want to waste their time with. I have no problem with that. All right, Jory. Well, I mean, Jory, I'll give you your moment to talk about Belichick if you want before we move on to the coaching carousel.
I don't know if she's fully back. I don't hear
Okay.
nothing.
I mean, like I said, we're trying to go with the flow with this one. But yeah, so Monkins with the Browns, and we're now down to just the Raiders, the
And it's the Raiders in Arizona.
Cardinals.
Joe Brady is with the Bills.
Yeah, which a lot of people are looking at that one and saying McDermott wasn't good enough, but you promote the OC and you promote the GM, who have also been a part of this for the last couple of years as well. So clearly, y'all just didn't like McDermott, point blank. And I don't know if you saw Brady's comment about Coleman. It was like the greatest thing that happened to Keon Coleman was Joe Brady being your coach. And I'm just like, so all y'all were just sitting here behind McDermott and y'all just didn't like him and y'all just happy that he's gone. Like, I don't know. The whole Bill situation, that could blow up in their face if they aren't careful. Nobody wants the Cardinals' job. That's definitely how it seems like. I think Kubiak does end up with the Raiders. I think that's what they're holding out for. They got the young quarterback coming in. Why not get the offensive coach for him? So I do think the Raiders job will get filled soon. I don't know about the Cardinals job. I don't know who's gonna.
I don't think nobody wants to go there, honestly.
Yeah,
Is it because of will Kyler Murray still be there? Where do they get another QB from? I don't know.
yeah. So, but I think the bigger story, obviously, every year it comes up, Rooney Rule and all that. So going off of how we think these jobs are going to go, let's say Kubiak to the Raiders, and I don't know, you can just throw a dart at somebody and have them coach the Cardinals. Robert Saleh could be the only minority coach this cycle, which obviously brings about two very polarizing kind of narratives and commentary. The one side that goes, Rooney Rule's a joke. Not enough people are getting their due. Obviously, Flores is like the champion for that. We all every year we're like, this is the year. We all had our mindset. Flores to Pittsburgh. He coached with Tomlin. They get rid of Tomlin. Easy thing. You slide Flores in, they go Mike McCarthy.
Oh, because he develops QBs. Get out of here.
Right. While you haven't drafted a quarterback of note in forever. And
just Will Howard.
Right. So if you think Mike McCarthy's going to turn Will Howard into, I don't know, Big Ben or Rodgers, fine. Knock yourself out. But Robert Saleh in Tennessee, only minority coach. Do you think the Rooney Rule at this point, just do away with it? Or do you think there are things that could be done maybe to enhance it to better, I don't know, to come with some better results? And that's not to say that only minority coaches are qualified, obviously. That's where the conversation kind of gets tricky depending on your stance. But, like, what are your thoughts on the Rooney Rule yet again as it's in focus?
I feel like if they get rid of that Rooney Rule, it's going to go back to normal. Then they won't hire nobody in a minority. Once they're like, okay, you don't got it's not the rain it's gone. You don't have you can they're going to go back to the old. They're going to go back to the old days, the old ways, and not even probably look at. I mean, they'll probably do it, but they probably won't hire anyone. I think it'll go back to its old ways. I think it is stupid. You at least gotta interview somebody once. I don't care if you purple. If you qualify for the job, damn it, you hired. I don't care what you look like, it's what you know. It shouldn't matter what color you is. It should matter with how do you know this game of football, whether you on the defensive end or you on the offensive end. What do you know? And are you qualified? That's all I care about. You can be old, you can be bald. If you know what you're doing, I want you.
Mm-hmm.
So why does it matter what color I am? And Brian Flores, we all know he was a dang on good coach before he got what happened with him in Miami, because they were a playoff winning team.
Yep. And all
And
he's
then
done with Minnesota is he's up for assistant coach of the year this year.
And he is a good defensive coach, but I think he is a good offensive, head coach as well. And it just seems like nobody wants to give him a chance to do anything. So, all right, that's fine. He gonna go back to Minnesota.
Even though who's in the Super Bowl? 2 defensive-minded head coaches. So that you would think teams would be trying to copycat New England and Seattle. Probably the best defensive mind was sitting there. Nobody took it. Oh, look. Joe, I see you came back in. I'm going to give you a chance. Because we were speaking about Tennessee for a little bit. Because it was funny that Key was talking about bald, I don't care. And Jory's been championing the Bald brothers that she got with Dayball and Salah.
Salah and Dayball.
Yeah. Kenny Pickett. Let that man enjoy his days.
Kenny Pickett with the Raiders.
Isn't he? Yeah. No, because, I don't know, Sergeant and Topper were talking about Kenny Pickett for a second. Yeah, look, I think the Rooney Rule, I think the problem is people thought when they introduced it, all of a sudden we were just going to get minority coaches all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
It was never meant that way because you can't tell people with money what to do with their money.
Right.
They're going to do what they want.
Only for them to get interviewed. They didn't have to get hired. They had to interview a minority.
Yeah. And that also involved, as part of it as well, that's where we're seeing more and more women position coaches or on training staffs and stuff, which I think is definitely good for the league. And look, like you said, if you qualify to do it, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, the tricky narratives are there are those people who, when other people bring up the Rooney Rule, they will come with, why not just hire the most qualified person? And yes, we can all agree with that. But you cannot sit here and say Brian Flores is not qualified to be a head coach in the league. That is the problem.
Over McCarthy? That's wild.
Right.
That job was him to be handed to. And here come McCarthy. Oh, I can develop quarterbacks. Okay, boom. What?
Yeah. And that's not Pittsburgh's MO. Pittsburgh always goes defensive. But now they decided to make the switch, which we'll see if that works out for them. There's nothing against Mike McCarthy either.
To make the switch because do you really want a 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers or 43-year-old Aaron Rodgers to come back? So I understand they do need a quarterback. You got Will Howard, but you can't throw him into the Wolves. He don't know nothing. Yeah. Mason Rudolph is a backup. He's not going to be a starter in this league. So yes, Pittsburgh has a quarterback issue in my opinion because we don't know. Rodgers is under his tunnel somewhere, in the off season. So probably smoking that Asawasa. So we don't know if Rodgers is coming back. So yes, Pittsburgh do have a quarterback issue, and really you're gonna trust in McCarthy to be the quarterback whisperer with him? No. So they're gonna have to go. They're gonna have to go in the off season for maybe find someone. Kirk Cousins is available. Because the Falcons are set to release him.
Yeah. Well, $30 million in dead cap money. But yeah, that's the Falcons' decision. And like here's the part. Like we'll just take it from an everyday point of view. You apply for a job, you always tell yourself, they give me an interview, and I will tell them why they need to hire me. That's literally all the Rooney Rule is for. And we saw this round. Was it Evero, the dude from the Rams or something? Like he's now in kind of the coaching picture. He got a couple of interviews. And I feel like stuff like that is what the Rooney Rule is for. Getting new names in front of these owners, and you never know what might happen. Now, maybe once we start getting new people in some of these ownership groups, then we might start seeing some change with, hiring and everything like that. And then once again, this year I don't really have a problem with a lot of the hires outside of probably just McCarthy. Yeah, probably just McCarthy. And I guess whoever Arizona hires, we'll have to see. But
I think the Raiders most likely will get Kubiak because they said he's hot on the radar. I'm not surprised.
yeah,
He's doing it with that Seattle team. And they're going to draft Mendoza #1. So I just hope the Raiders. I feel like the Raiders aren't bad all the way. They do have pieces they need to fill. Like their defense wasn't that bad. They got key pieces besides, Max Crosby. I mean, you can plug in. They definitely need an offensive line. Jesus Christ. Offensive line is a need. I feel like you can get them diamonds in the rough in the later rounds. You can find offensive linemen, build through the trenches as Philly does, and how we showing y'all the blueprint. The trenches is important. Get you a receiver or two, because them receivers in the roughs are in there. And I know this draft is a bunch of receivers there too. I'm sure they can find somebody. Them diamonds in the rough is the 4th to 7th round is where you find those guys you would think would be all-stars, but will show out. They already got Brock Bowers. They got the running back. They just need to plug and play. I think the Raiders would be good if they did that. I'm not saying that whoever's there going to take them to the Super Bowl or playoffs, but they got to be an improvement than what they are and winning 2 games. So, Burns said that Cleveland hiring Monken was a head scratcher, and it's funny because he told Shaduro, "We tried to get you. You had every opportunity to get him before the 5th round." I don't want to hear that crap. Y'all had every.
I thought the report was that Shador didn't want to go to Baltimore.
Right, because he knew he was going to be the backup and was never going to get no starting time behind Lamar Jackson.
I don't know if he got bad intel. Where was he going to go that he was going to be a starter right away?
The Saints.
Yeah.
Let's just say if they didn't get Tyler Shuck, you had Spencer Rattler. He would have easily won over Spencer Rattler.
I have a feeling Rattler probably would have still started maybe like the first couple of weeks. I just think I don't think Shador was like some great needle mover that teams are just going to be like, oh, we got him day 1 start. I think they want to develop him a little bit. Hey, Jory, I believe I heard a little audio. I think I was saying there's things guys. I got confused that story. Yeah.
And then we'll probably get into that if we get into the Burns. I know.
Oh, go ahead, Jory.
Right.
Oh no! Don't be emotional. I know this is frustrating.
Yeah, technology is weird like that.
We gonna figure this out. It's still probably something dumb, or is it the her internet issue that's giving her? Because it's not the audio. When she's on, we hear it crisp.
So I think that this cycle will be remembered for Monken and McCarthy. Those are the 2 hires that everybody's going to look at and wonder how. Dion running his mouth messed up Shadur's draft. He wasn't around. First round quarterback, but day 2 was perfect. He didn't even get drafted until day 3.
No, don't cry.
Look, Jory, like Key said, we're going to get it figured out. Let's move to AFC. NFC Championship Sunday.
Before we do that, yo,
Yeah.
we didn't get Jim Bob.
I was kind of ready for Jim Bob Cooter to be part of the show.
Oh my god, I'm so happy we didn't get Jim. Oh my, you just don't understand. We didn't get Jim Bob.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of Eagles fans are happy about that one. Look, AFC, we'll start there. It was the first game of the day, 3 in the afternoon. First half, weather wasn't a variable that
This game was ugly.
It was, and once it got to the second half, we knew it was just going to get even uglier because the weather was just going to keep getting worse and worse. Oddly enough, if the game was in New England, the weather would have been even worse. So who knows what that game would have looked like. So ultimately, if you want a quick wrap up of this game, it came down to two defenses standing up tall in the bad weather. You got to give both of them credit. May and the Patriots just made a couple more plays than Denver did to win 10-7. In a game that if it went to overtime, it might have taken 4 or 5 days to finish because I don't know, as the weather kept going that way, who was going to be able to do anything in overtime to score. It would probably just turn into punting and hope for a fumble to score. So looking at the game, do you think the narrative about the easy path is valid? Because we're looking at, they say the Chargers game, Herbert had no O-line. The Texans game, C.J. Stroud was trash. And now Denver, it's, Bo Nix didn't play. Or, as Joe McCoy said, the Patriots had to win each game. Aqib Talib said they went up against 3 really great defenses, so don't take anything away from what New England has done. Like, where do you stand on that whole easy path stuff?
Again, they don't make the schedule. They just play who's on it. I hate this easy path stuff. I hate the hardest schedule. They play who they want to play. They don't have no control over the schedule. The name of the game is to beat who's ever on the schedule. That's what you want to do. So, and that's what they've done. The New England is a great defensive team. Do they have their offensive flaws? Of course. But I don't care how ugly you win. If you win by a point, you know what? You still win the game. If you win by 20, you win the game. The offense has had its struggles, yes. Has Drake May been perfect all season? No. But has he win games? Yes. And I don't want to hear Cam Newton say, get that crap out of here, Cam. Talking about it was Drake May is not the reason why y'all there. Excuse me. I understand it's a defense, but who scores the points? The offense does. So, yes, Drake May is the reason why New England's there. And, yes, their defense is there, too, is the credit. I'm not discrediting anybody, but I hate that. Oh, the defense did this, but they don't put points on the board. That's the offense's job. And Drake May has been balling when it comes to putting points up to his receivers. Whether it's Mac Jones, whether it's Mac Hollins, whether it's Butte, Diggs, he's throwing the ball around. Hunter Henry, he's throwing the ball around. So I don't want to hear that it's he didn't get there because of Drake May. Get out of here, Cam. So and I'm telling you, coaching matters. Yep. Coach matters. And you see how Brable is. And people are all mad that New England won. I understand. New England was a dynasty with Tom Brady and Bill Belichick. But how long has this been? It's 5 years. Okay, they can get back. They're entitled to be back in the title picture. They had a 5-year layoff. They had to figure things out. And what happened? Good drafting, good coaching, and look where they're at now. I said it. I said New England was going to be a playoff team. I said it was going to be a wild card. I didn't say I didn't have it on a bingo card for them to take over the AFC East and go all the way to the Super Bowl. I said they was going to be a playoff team, and I was right. They are a playoff team. They're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah. No, look, even the biggest Patriots fans would be lying to you if they told you that they're going to be 14-3 and be in the Super Bowl. Most people were looking for wild card year, you look at it and go, Vrabel's doing something. We see it. We understand it. So yeah, this that they're doing unexpected. Denver's looking good before the weather hit. The defense was looking good. I think Stidham was starting to slip before the weather hit.
He had that one drive. That was the beginning of the game. And I was like, oh, snap. After that, went downhill.
Yeah. Fourth down call was bad by him. You can't backpedal like 15 yards and then try to throw it. The turnover where he had the backwards pass, that's the play you just have to throw it away and, live for another down because you know how well your defense is playing. So I agree, obviously, that the easy path stuff is nonsense. But I'll wait till next week to talk actual Super Bowl matchup because do want to look at the NFC where obviously if you wanted more offense, this game gave it to you.
This game was straight up good. This game was the woo.
Yeah. I mean, better weather, so you kind of expected it. You're looking at this game, it's the muffed punt from LA. That definitely was
a terrible play. Oh my God.
And I thought McVay was right to pull him right from that. Like they put Kyron Williams out there and they said, hey, Kyron, just catch it. Fair catch it. We don't care. Because that dude was fighting that ball. Ended up like on his back trying to catch it. Like, no, you can't do stuff like that in an NFC title game. But, it was back and forth in like the second and third quarter. Fourth quarter, you get the fourth down play. The Rams don't convert.
It could have went left the other way. Freaking Tyreek Woolen with the torn, and you can't do that right there. You cannot do that right there.
I know a lot of people didn't like the call, but it's like, if you're Woolen, why? Why are you doing that?
You was blatant, right? And the ref was right there. It was right there on their sideline. You cannot do that in the heat of the game. I understand. That was fourth down. Y'all could have got off the field. What happened? Puka Nacua touchdown. I was like, oh, snap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, fourth down doesn't happen. They get the ball, 30 seconds to go. Puka gets tackled inbounds. Game's over.
Right.
So now when you look at Seattle, how big of a win do you feel like this was for Sam Darnold and kind of the narratives around him?
This is Sam Darnold's type of like revenge tour in the NFL for me. You started off with the Jets. We all know UFC quarterbacks don't pan out either, just like they say in Ohio State quarterbacks don't pan out. Mm-hmm. But we've seen UFC QBs. I think Carson Palmer maybe was the only exception. Sam Darnold. It was like Darnold. We before Darnold, it was Mark Sanchez. You see Matt Leinart didn't go nowhere. Josh Rosen was UCLA, I think. But Caleb Williams is another one that's starting to get rid of that narrative about UFC quarterbacks. But Darnold was in New York for forever, for years. He got drafted there. That's when he saw Ghost in New York. Mm-hmm. Then they moved him to the Panthers. Didn't really do good there. Minnesota. I believe was the last year they was a 13-4 or 13-3 they were.
I believe he's the first quarterback to go 14-3 back-to-back years. I think that was like some stat that's out there.
Yeah, so I know Minnesota is kicking themselves in the head. Minnesota just got rid of their GM.
Yeah.
Minnesota didn't decided to, after that good season that Darnold had with Minnesota, y'all decided to not re-sign him. Mm-hmm. And y'all draft J.J. McCarthy. How's that working out for you, Minnesota? I know y'all kicking yourselves right now. How is that working out for you? Right. You go draft 9, and what happened? 9 got y'all GM fired.
Mm-hmm.
Now Sam Darnold is on his way to the Super Bowl with a Seattle team. This is his revenge against the league for people doubting him, saying he's terrible, he stinks, and I will admit I was one of those people that said he's trash.
Yeah.
But once he was in Minnesota, I'm like, okay, this is time for Darnold to step up now. He's been years, once he's been a starter in New York, that failed, and then he's been backups ever since. Minnesota gave him an opportunity. He almost did it. Now Seattle, that team in Seattle is stacked too. The pickup by Shaheed, that trade was gold, and that was such a good pickup in the trading deadline. He's a deep ball threat. He's a special teams guy. You got JSN who catches damn near everything you throw to him. You had the two-headed monsters in Charbonnet and Walker before Charbonnet got hurt. Jake Bobo, you mix a mixture of him in there. The tight ends, the defense. The team is stacked all around. They got the great head coach and then Mike McDonald over there. Kubiak is the OC. You see why he's up for a job.
Yeah.
This is the revenge for not giving it to Beast Mode on the 1 yard. This is going to go down.
Okay. Yeah.
This is the rematch of this game right here. So, Darnold goes to the Super Bowl before Baker Mayfield, Lamar. Don't forget Josh Allen in his class. That is true. That's crazy. That's wild. So, like I said, I'll have my Super Bowl picks next week, but I'm just like, either I wouldn't be mad with either whoever wins, honestly, in this playoff, in this game. Both teams put their butts off the whole season to get here. Seattle really didn't have no really key injuries like that. I know y'all had a lineman, old lineman that was down really that y'all lost. So I mean, it's been pretty even. So this should be a good Super Bowl in my opinion.
I agree. May is also the first one from his draft class to go to the Super Bowl too. So, but they're obviously a newer class.
What? Why wouldn't Jake May be playing?
He's on the injury report for an illness and shoulder, which the game is next week. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I mean, I think Darnold's on the injury report for Seattle. I don't think anybody's worried about either quarterback not playing. Now, if you get to, I guess, next Wednesday or next Thursday,
right? Then you panic.
Yeah, you hear that neither one of them are practicing, then yeah, that would be something to be worried about. But like you said, Key, we will do predictions and all that next week.
Can I finally say something?
Okay.
Like, this shit is getting on my fucking nerve. Excuse my language. I forgot. Go ahead.
Damn.
No, we're going to Acho and them talking about Shador. So I mean, I'll let you take the lead on this one, since the connection is working right now.
This Can you hear me?
Yeah. Like I said, you can go ahead first. Talk about Acho and Shador.
I forgot. Just go, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this right now.
That's fine. It's okay. Like, we understand, and anybody paying attention can understand. So, Shador gets a new coach. I mean, this is probably the perfect point. I don't know why anybody would listen to him, but
I
it's
haven't since Shady and him had that show. I have not tuned into not an episode, not a one. Bad enough, Shady was meat riding Hurts all last year, and now this year, all of a sudden, oh, he can't throw this. Oh, it's Jalen this. Oh, come on, Shady. But for Acho, you was in the league.
mm-hmm.
For you to say, matter of fact, you was on the Eagles. Matt, for you to say, if I'm Shador, I'm not listening to no coach. Excuse me? You're not listening to no coach. That's like you're not listening to your boss. What happens if you're not going to do that? They're going to get you for being insubordinate and you might get fired.
Mm-hmm.
So you're really going to tell a second-year QB to not listen to his quarterback. I mean, to listen to his coach. Drugs are very bad. Okay? Drugs are horrible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you smoking the good stuff, don't smoke it no more. I don't know if it's something you sipping, don't drink it. Ain't no way I'm telling Shador Sanders, oh, don't listen to my
Especially a coach who, look, we talked about Monken on here. Not the biggest fans of some of the decisions in Baltimore, but you can't tell me that if you're a Browns fan and somebody said, look, you're going to hire Todd Monken, and the very worst thing that happens is maybe you make the playoffs a couple of times and you flame out early. Browns fans will take that. They've gone long enough where, I mean, they had a couple of years with Stefanski where they made the playoffs, but if they could get some type of consistency of being a competitive team in the AFC North, they'll take that. The Acho part of this, like,
playoffs, what, 2 years ago?
I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I guess it was the year Stefanski won Coach of the Year.
Coach of the Year, right.
Yeah. But it's just like, and it's the second part. It was like, what have you won on an NFL level? Which one coming from a guy in Acho who did nothing on an NFL level. Monken has done more on an NFL level than Shador has.
Yep.
Because we have to remember, Monken isn't just his Baltimore tenure. He did some time with Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the college part with Georgia, where he won a national championship down there. Like, Monken has some accolades. It's just we just didn't understand at times why he couldn't just hand the ball to Derrick Henry. That's the biggest issue with him. But for Shador, who's sitting here trying to establish a career, to put into his head that he is at some type of level where he could tune out a coach because Acho doesn't like the hire is absolute lunacy to me. And I know you said, like, you haven't tuned in and watched them. I haven't either. Like, I've been done with Acho since he used to work at ESPN and you see him every once in a while. I was like, I can't stand this dude. Shady, I never listened to that dude because that dude would say any and everything. So I guess the two of them together, sure, knock yourself out. But yeah, I think this is so dumb. And you kind of tell is probably these people who made this like crazy push for like Dion to be the coach there, which, yeah, like that wouldn't turn into a media circus.
Yeah, don't want to coach NFL.
That's what I feel like. But, people, remember Dallas? Jared was like, oh, yeah, we interviewed Dion or something like that. It was like, come on. Why would Dion, who, kind of pushes himself like this motivational type of guy where he could have more of an effect in college, why would he bring that to the NFL? Especially with how cutthroat the NFL is with their jobs. But, yeah, so, like I said, not really much need to say about this. Neither of us agree with the reasoning. Because Acho said a lot more, where basically he was like, well, Lamar was the reason why he won those MVPs, and Monken isn't even that good. Like, give him a shot at least. Nobody else was wanting the job. Cleveland should be glad Monken wanted the job. That's the main thing. Because they didn't hire Monken, who knows what they'd have to settle on. I just hate that Dad is talking instead of Shador. Well, problem is Dad likes to talk. I'm not going to change that. All right. That was actually the last topic. Do you have a final burn this week?
No, not too many people got on my nerves this week that I know of. Acho was one of them. I mean, I know Jury had on her list, but wait, who did she have on her list? Maybe I can touch on some of them.
Dion losing all his key players. That's something. Yeah. Dion doesn't really.
But he's losing key players, but surprisingly, he's gained a lot of them back. Not the same players, but he's got a lot back. But we'll see how he got to one bowl game. That was really it.
Yeah. Dion needs to have a good year at Colorado next year. I mean, look, yeah, because mine was kind of the Bill Polian part, so I'd already kind of used it.
Hold on, let me go see what's on this list here that Jury cooked up. What she have on her burn? Well, I talked about Cam a little bit. Saying Drake May was not the reason why they in the playoffs. Bo Nix and Sean Payton. Lord Jesus. Why Sean Payton do that to Bo Nix?
Mm-hmm.
Bo Nix has every right to be pissed off and mad that he says some stuff about his ankle and everything else. Again, that's not for everybody to know.
Mm-hmm.
Some things should just be left in the locker room and just be left unsaid. You didn't need to say all that, Sean Payton. You didn't definitely need to say all that. So he was wrong for that, in my opinion. Disclose. Ain't that some type of HIPAA? I'm just saying, ain't that some type of HIPAA law? Like you discussing health information? I don't think you can do that. Bird said Sean Payton is petty.
Yeah.
That violate. I feel like that violates HIPAA in some type of way, but that he was wrong for that. Mm-hmm. So and Bo Nix has every right to be pissed off.
Yeah. I mean, look, Sean Payton doesn't necessarily have a personality that seems like he probably rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And I'm not necessarily the biggest Sean Payton fan myself, so yeah. I guess a little surprising what he said, but it wasn't surprising of the person who said it. But yeah, like I said, I'd already used mine. It was an interesting night. We obviously wish Jory's connection would work and let her, because we know she had a lot to say about LeBron, Polian, and all that. So hopefully we can get it situated for next week. But yeah, I feel like it's a good spot to end it. Like we touched on the topics. We appreciate all of you for tuning in. I guess Key got anything you want to add before we get out of here?
No, it's been good. I'm about to be depressed because football's about to be over. Then I can really tune in. And second half I can really be focused on the NBA. Once MLB get here, I pay attention, but I don't. Mm-hmm. So I'll be like, hey, nothing on TV. Unrivaled was here in Philly, and they sold out tonight. Because I rode past Lincoln Financial today. Well, I was coming home, so I got to pass Lincoln Financial and everything to get home. And I'm wondering, I was like, where the hell is this traffic coming from? And I was like, I know it's 6 something. I know people on their way home. I was like, no, where the hell? And then I was like, oh, Unrivaled tonight, and it sold out. So that I love that for the WNBA, especially the 3-on-3. All the stars you get to see here in Philly. I'm mad I didn't get to go. I know a friend of mine, she went and she got to take some pictures with a lot of players. So I'm kind of jealous, but it's all right. It's okay. I missed this opportunity. Hopefully they decide to come back again. I'm sure they'll be back again knowing they saw it sold out. I'm sure they'll be like, all right, yeah, we coming back to Philly. Yeah. And Natasha Cloud didn't played ball about maybe 10, 15 minutes away from me in Springfield, which ain't that far. So she's a native. So shout out to WNBA over here in Philly selling out. So I got a feeling that when the WNBA team does come to Philly, it'll get some love shown.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm sure that had some reason for them picking Philly to kind of gauge kind of interest that they can build. Even though it was evident that Philly is a good spot for WNBA team for sure. But yeah, I mean, look, Unrivaled is definitely fun to watch. Look, you got the women's pro baseball league coming this year. I'll be checking that out. See what Monet Davis looks like all those years after Little League World Series stuff. Now you have like the professional volleyball league that's now like on ESPN and stuff. You got professional women's hockey going on. So, women's sports out here doing their thing.
Shout out to Trinity Rodman, man. She's making the sexy Dexy Sully go popular besides Dexter Lawrence. So that was kind of cool.
No, Unrivaled is a league that WNBA players kind of just created.
3-on-3.
Yeah, so that players don't have to go over to like overseas and stuff. They can stay local.
Yep, and it was Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart's like put together.
Yeah. Top of draft coverage will be done silent and sideline. We always do the first round. So night one, we always do a live episode. So appreciate all of you once again. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you're back here next week for another episode. Hopefully, Jory's internet will let her get through it. And look, we'll bring back up Acho just so she can go in on him because I know she had a lot to say. So make sure you check out all the other.
That rant too. That joke
it would have been so good. But yeah, make sure you check out all the other shows as well. Morning show. You got the weekend stuff. Well, I guess the college show is kind of over now, but just check out the other shows. We really appreciate you. Hit the like button, share it, all that good stuff. We appreciate you. Till next week, for myself, Key, and Jory, we're out of here. All right, bye.